hammer for Fire Temple. That'll be a big help. And it looks like we're getting started.
All right. First question: who wins the fashion award?
I don't know. I kind of like the turquoise blue. I guess that's on Gavrani's screen.
All right. Oh, that was the Goron bracelet, our first strength upgrade, and iron boots. Mido's house providing the goods.
I always thought Mido was a thief. And a heart container in the Kokiri sword chest. That's always helpful.
Alright, we are back to some semblance of normal.
And now we've got audio.
So now with the items acquired by our runners, I suspect we're going to be heading over to Hyrule Field soon.
That's probably a good bet. There's always a chance that a runner will choose to start Deku, buy a few Deku sticks and head in that direction. But we'll see.
Now, which openings are we going to see amongst our runners here?
It looks like Dylan and Gavrani are doing South Route, and Kessero, I'm going to have a tough time with that name tonight, is doing Kakariko or Hyrule Castle, maybe early adult.
These are some of the common openings we see around here. So then the question becomes, which one will pay off?
And to answer chat's question, they're asking if the trackers are on the same delay. I'm not sure if he means the personal trackers of the runners or what our tracker is doing. Our tracker sees the same stream that the commentators do. So, as we see it, should get updated.
Sorry to ask, but I saw something about a 1500 archery hint, but I had missed what the exact text was. Oh, thank you, Helen Knight. Okay, 1500 archery has nothing important.
Correct. Looked like a piece of heart or something.
Yep. And now, with all that money... Okay, Necro deciding to go for a bunch of sticks? Certainly not a bad idea. Alright, Frogs 2 is a piece of heart, it looks like, so we don't have to worry about that. And wasn't that the same hint? Also, Gerudo Valley or Fortress is not needed. 40 skulls, Deku stick capacity, we don't need that.
Oh, that's pretty nice. 40 dead. Still don't know about 50 yet.
Three of our runners went to the Gerudo Valley area. We had Heart Container and Piece of Heart, and... Oh, minor sigh of relief. Ocarina of Time cheat.
Ocarina of Time or Serenade.
Yep.
That's a good one to be on the Ocarina of Time because it's not technically needed.
But that hookshot is.
So who says slingshot minigame doesn't pay off?
Alright. Weird egg acquired, or one of them, and I had just missed that hint. What is Big Ron crafting today?
Big Goron's crafting something red.
Also, Lake Hylia has something for us. That is the Way of the Hero. There are 4 such hints, and basically, you're going to get a key item in that area.
50 is dead. Just a piece of heart, so that's good.
Now, there is still one more gossip stone to read, while in the meantime, Necro is turning in Richard the dog. Please be a good boy. Very good boy! That's a bow. So right now, the Hyrule Castle Market is the place to be.
Meantime, we're about to get a look at fishing. Everyone's favorite game.
And now Necro also learning about 46.
Some bomb chews from the fishing game is actually pretty useful. Explosives are always a good thing to have. And in a couple of minutes, we're about to get our first song on Necro's side.
While the others are dealing with the Scarecrow song. This song can be any sequence of notes. They just have to remember it again for the future.
And it has to be at least 2 different notes. Because if you do...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, if you do the 8 of the same note, you get yelled at by a scarecrow, and nobody enjoys that.
Looks like
And
Zelda's
a
Lullaby.
vanilla ZL is pretty cool.
We will take that.
Definitely one of the most useful, if not the most useful song in the game.
And now, the other 3 runners are going to get their bow and hookshot, hopefully. Whereas Necro is heading over to Lon Lon Ranch.
Which is a very typical route. If you're gonna get ZL's song, now you're gonna go to Lon Lon next. Hell Knight is about to check our Boulder of Destiny.
And okay, there was a hint that said Market was on the way to the hero, and it was Gerudo's Valley that was barren. And now Necro has had some fun with some chickens, and I can't exactly say that was the best reward. Dylan and Gavaroni aiming carefully. They want that hook shot. And, Malon with the Song of Time. Thoughts on this one, Master Link?
I don't have the time to think. Oh no, I was just kidding there. Well, there's at least one block in each of the adult dungeons that needs to be moved with the Song of Time. There's also possibly GTG, right side.
It's actually funny. Out of all the adult spots, I think only the one in the Gerudo training grounds absolutely requires the song in order to get a chest. All the others can be bypassed if we're lucky.
Yeah, the others lead to a Scatola, pretty much.
And Necro was not happy with what was in that silo. They're resetting.
Alright, and there are the links to our runners. So as always, our runners would appreciate it if you like what you're seeing, if you give them a quick follow.
And, Necro is thinking about an early Deku Tree play. Certainly has the shield for it now. So, Hannah, the items that we have found were the bow on Richard, the hook shot on Child Archery, and both the Goron bracelet and iron boots at Mido's house. Regarding songs, Zelda's Lullaby is vanilla, and Malon teaches the Song of Time. Ooh. Bottom of the well way of the hero today. So we have to keep an eye out for that Song of Storms.
Got the river chest and the water temple as a piece of heart.
Well, that's a minor sigh of relief. I don't think anyone likes to go to that river chest.
Nope. I mean, you also skip a skull along the way, but not a big deal. Especially since 40 and 50 are not needed.
Alright. Deku Tree rewards, so far, not much, but we still have plenty of tree to explore. Alright, Slingshot Room, number 1. Well, there's one blue rupee. Are we going 2 for 2? No, that's...
Ice trap! It is blue, in a way.
That's not the blue we're looking for. Oh, sorry. that did not get marked yet. Our apologies. It sometimes takes a little bit for the tracker to process, but give it a bit of time. So with half the chests already claimed, Necro is hoping that the compass room will have something for us. While I think... Oh, we have 3 folks going adult. Which means we will hopefully keep an eye out for which dungeons have our medallions. To check that, just investigate the pedestal where the stones are. Light is Dodongo's Cavern. Then Forest, Fire, Water, Spirit, Deku. I hope I got that right.
Shadow and Spirit, Spirit and Deku. Forest and Fire, Fire and Forest. And I didn't get those.
I think Forest, Fire, and Water were vanilla.
It may have been, or it may have been mixed up. I don't exactly remember.
We'll get them set as such. Oh, Fire and Forest were switched. Sorry about that.
Anyway, we do need those 3 for a song, regardless. So.
Still, we'll get this labeled as we currently have it, and if things get changed, well, they get changed.
And a free Deku Shield and Deku Tree.
Little late for that.
I know, most people buy one first.
Now, you may have noticed that our runners have... Ooh! 3 bottle of blue potion on the roof. That helps. But that's not the key bottle we're looking for, though. We are instead looking for a bottle that has a letter on it.
And what letter would that be? R for Ruto?
Yep. And in the meantime, Windmill Person teaching the Requiem of Spirit today. So that gives us another potential song.
Certainly does.
And Deku Tree
And
has been defeated. It was Spirit.
And there was nothing really interesting in Deku, but of course it is a medallion, so definitely required.
Oh, that meant the light was at Dodongo's Cavern. We're getting that fixed. Adult archery, just the arrows we use to play, so not important. So now, I hope Necro had saved recently because they are going for one of the expensive Deku scrubs here. 40 rupees necessary to get this item.
Market is way of the hero.
And only for 5 rupees for that Deku scrub. Yeesh. So here's the issue. Well, I don't remember if Necro got bomb shoes. We certainly see the other 3 with them.
Yeah, he did sling. Oh, wait, it wasn't slingshot. I'm trying to think of where we got them. May have been Boulder of Destiny. No, couldn't have been. I don't remember. It was early on. No, it was fishing. We got bomb shoes from child fishing.
Right, that was it. Thank you.
So many things to pay attention to, you know?
And admittedly, bomb shoes I don't pay attention to as much, partially because while there is a flag setting that can put bomb shoes in logic, right now they're not really.
It just makes routing a little easier, I would say. Alright, apparently our bot is not posting all the hyperlinks today. But if you are interested in volunteering to track and/or commentate on any of the races, there is a Discord set up, and you could certainly check it out there.
And was that a bomb bag on Dompe 1?
Sure looks like it.
Well, Gavaroni is certainly happy with that. And Saria teaching Epona's song. And I admit I missed what song was possibly learned at the Sun Song Grave. Well, at least we know Water Temple we don't have to worry about.
Well, Water Temple is still a medallion, but yeah, we'd hope for an early boss key in that situation.
Alright, Hell Knight should now have the bomb bag. As Necro is now going the southern route. Shinobi, Dumpe is Dumpe. Dumpe does whatever he wants. Also, Sunsong Grave teaches Minuet of Forest today, looks like. Where, in this case...
That gives you Bolero, which leads to another song. Boy, we're chaining songs today.
That we are. It's getting a little tricky to keep up with all this, admittedly. But this is why our runners are the ones doing the actual running.
Exactly. It's better than our commentators running and our runners commentating, I think.
And, oh, thank you, Hell Knight, for giving us extra confirmation. Okay. Forest is fire, fire is forest. We were concerned we had that backwards.
And spirit is shadow. All right, cool. By the way, that's a nice little command. If you go to your inventory screen, you press the A button. After you've read the tablet in the Temple of Time, it populates all that for you. Also tells you how many small keys you have and whether you got the big key, map, or compass in any dungeon. Dylan is going to Forest.
While Gavaroni just took out some Wolfos.
And it looks like Hell Knight's going to fall right behind at the Forest. So yeah, Krito, there was a song chain tonight. We had Minuet leading into Bolero, leading into something else potentially.
And yeah, two of our runners are in Forest Temple right now. While Gavaroni wants the song at Requiem of Spirit.
But first, we're going to see a fairy fountain check.
And also, it looked like we just saw a Dekuna capacity upgrade in Forest Temple.
Fortunately, nothing good from our desert fairy.
Now, what song will be useful out of Spirit Temple? Well, we're not going to find out just yet. Gavaroni wants to read up on another Gossip Stone.
Another duplicate water hint there.
It should be noted that with the hint setup that we're using, we are expected to see duplicate hints. And
there's our Song of Storms there.
We need that as a child because of Bottom of the Well being Way of the Hero.
Definitely. And there's our Nocturne from the Bolero song.
So at this point, we are only missing knowledge of 3 songs: Saria's, Suns, and Prelude of Light. None of which are really strictly necessary. So we have that going for us at least.
To answer chat's question, we're not sure if Giovanni checked that particular hint or not, but we know that some of the runners did.
I think I just saw hover boots on Dylan Meeble's side in a Forest Temple push block room. So that should help out a bit. And now Necro, finally an adult, is making note of where to go. You may have noticed that none of our runners actually checked the stone plinth or pedestal effectively as a child. That would tell you where the stones are. But unlike, say, Link to the Past Rando, none of the stones by themselves give a reward, only all three together. So we don't know where they're going to be. I mean, we know it's going to be in some order of Shadow Temple and Jabu Jabu's belly, we don't know which one's what. And our runners all started with the Goron Rupee because part of the rando is we get to skip a lot of cutscenes, and, well, we had to compensate for the light medallion cutscene. Hope that makes sense. Ooh. Gold rupee at one of the fairy fountains. I missed which one that was. Mountain Fairy.
Top of Death Mountain. And of course, it would have been. Well, I missed that hint. Of course, it would have been helpful if it had a bigger wallet, but still nice to have.
Necro's thinking, well, let's at least get Scarecrow Song covered. Gavaroni remembering that grotto by Goron City. I have seen key items here before. Will it have one today?
Not a key item, but it's certainly helpful.
We'll take a Kokiri sword. I mean, it's helpful against Dead Hand. We don't have to worry about all the sticks in the world. Ooh, and an adult wallet above Dodongo's cavern, too. Necro with adult fishing gets... Oh! We actually had to fish out Rudo's letter in a bottle. Yeah, adult fishing coming through for us.
Of course, Rudo's letter might not technically be needed.
True, that is a stone dungeon in the end. But if we need, say, Ice Cavern, which doesn't have any stone or medallion associated with it at all, well, it certainly helps.
That is correct.
And, oh yeah, ZZZ Cube did remind us of something. Lake Hylia is Way of the Hero. So,
And
regarding all the
I was gonna say, Cancero got his validation rupee, and that's not Way of the Hero. So the diving game should be the only other spot.
You forgot about shooting the sun.
You're correct. That is another one.
It's okay. It's an easy one to forget. Okay, what Necro's trying to do is basically hookshot the box and unequip the iron boots before the trip finishes. But has to surface for air regardless of whether it worked or not. Come on!
I think he has to
Okay,
stand further away. It's too close.
yeah.
Or
Oh,
maybe
out of frustration.
he got it already. We don't hear his audio, so we don't know if he got the sound effect or not.
True, but the fact that that crate was just destroyed, either out of frustration or actually getting it, well, we'll find. Nope, got it.
And that would be a wallet upgrade, I
That's
think.
the second. That's the second one.
That's not our
So,
way of the hero either, technically. So it's got to be shoot the sun then,
or that Lake
or
Hylia
adult
letter.
fishing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was adult fishing. Yeah, that could be it too. And child fishing was just bomb chews, but still,
yeah. Bomb chews do not count for logical
not in.
purposes.
It's not in
Ooh.
logic.
Unfortunately, Crush Room and Forest Temple providing a cold reception. I don't think Dylan appreciated that.
Nope, that's never fun.
And oh, we had apparently missed a mirror shield in the Forest Temple, so that is going to be important. Unfortunately, that recovery harp by the Deku Scrub, yeah, we're not going to be happy with that. Let's get out of here. And another grotto for Necro. Ooh, just a purple rupee. As Gavaroni is ready to take out King Dodongo. Ooh, but Hell Knight has to be careful. These Stalfos can actually deal 2 hearts of damage with their jumping attack, and 2 hits from that at this stage, kinda painful. Stalfos no longer causing problems, Dylan almost ready to face Phantom Ganon, Gavaroni taking out the King Dodongo, and Necro's just casually exploring.
King Dodongo with just a piece of heart, but more importantly, we got our medallion.
And I believe that was the the light medallion. Probably one of the more useless ones out of the bunch. But it's still needed for the, 6 necessary. Ah, there was that mirror shield. Hell Knight just picked it up. And Slingshot in the Redead Grotto in Kakariko Village.
And I was just going to say, with our light medallion and our spirit medallion, that does give us an item check.
I'm sorry, which check are you referring to?
There's a Temple of Time check if you have your spirit and your light medallion.
I thought that was Spirit and Shadow, actually.
You may be right, but I thought it was spirit and light for some reason. Don't know why. Some combination of those.
Well, some say the opposite of light is shadow, so I kinda get it. Knight has learned, yeah, don't, mess with that chest. And now Necro is learning about warping to the desert.
And Dylan is finishing off Phantom Ganon.
Phantom Ganon is taken out. Is there a good reward for Forest Temple?
No, not really. Another medallion. I guess that's a reward in of itself.
Well, that is the Forest Medallion. So effectively, between our various runners here, you know, we already have... Wait a second. We should have, I'm just making sure, yeah, 3 different medallions between our 3 runners here, but we need one to have all 6.
In other words, it's still early in the race.
That it is. Anju not giving us anything of worth. Now, I can only confirm that I saw the 40 Skulltula and 50 Skulltula hints. I did see in chat that 30 doesn't need to be worried about, so here is hoping that we don't need any. Thank you again, Hannah. And there we go, Gavaroni now with hovers. So, Forest Temple has 2 helpful items here, Hover Boots and Mirror Shield. We definitely need the Mirror Shield for Spirit Temple, and Hovers do help with Spirit. They are required for Shadow, but Shadow is hopefully not going to be required. And so, oh, I thought Dylan missed the opportunity to stop the Rolling Goron child, but apparently we got lucky. Unfortunately, stopping the child just opened the stores, so can't say that was a good reward.
And Hell Knight is about to defeat Phantom Ganon.
And just so it is clarified, Malon taught Song of Time, and Necro has that. The actual Song of Time, by picking up the Ocarina of Time today, is the Serenade of Water, just a warp song, so we don't need that. Ooh, Ice Trap in the Boulder Maze. But how about the other one? There's our third bottle.
Exactly. Certainly would make ice easier if it's required.
Sorry, I did teach Epona song, yes. And I think Dylan is deciding to check out Fire Temple a little bit. We don't have everything we need to finish it, but we can maybe get a few checks.
Although, given his current health, he's not going to be able to go too far.
Well, the current rule set, and we actually should have talked about this earlier, the current rule set is based off of the community's accessible rule set, where one of those flags is, yeah, some of those spots where you can reach a chest and then maybe have to save and quit out just to keep it, aka fewer tunic requirements, yeah, that's on. And so, these checks that Dylan is doing, they are kind of sort of expected. So, big lava room open chest, there's a second slingshot. Now, because most of our runners know the Deku Tree basement skip, the slingshot really only comes into play for one spot, the Lost Woods target. Dylan, I don't know if you have enough time for this. At least blow up the wall? Oh, okay, wall was blown up, but unfortunately, so was Dylan.
Yeah, that was pretty close.
But Dylan decides enough is enough, and so going to learn Song of Storms. Which, admittedly, not a bad thing to learn. We have to go to bottom of the well.
And Kay Sincero also just learned the Song of Storms.
While Hell Knight is currently visiting another grotto. I've lost track as to what some of these grottos had, but I don't think we've seen anything super important in them. Yeah, just 50 rupees.
Couldn't tell what was up on the ledge there in Desert, but didn't look like anything important.
Well, I'm not going to mark it off yet, but I think chat would have called us out if there was something. So for now, we're not going to worry about it.
What? 10
What?
rupees for a recovery heart. Where have we seen that before?
I think it was that same
remember.
grotto, actually.
Now I'm saying, what other games might we have seen that in before?
Oh, Zelda 1.
I imagine so.
Which does remind us, at about 10 o'clock tonight, on either this channel or SpeedGaming 2, we are going to have the Zelda 1 Randomizer community race. So, stay tuned for that. Necro certainly likes to ride Epona everywhere as an adult, but then again, considering we don't have a lot of warp songs, makes some sense. Oh, but look at Hell Knight. We may see a second runner with Ruto's letter. And now Gavaroni with that mirror shield. Ooh, I don't think we've seen what was in the Death Mountain Crater Grotto, have we?
I think it's a Gavaroni that went up there. It was either Concero or Gavaroni that went up there to the fairy fountain, so I'd imagine they checked that too.
Well, looked like that one didn't have anything, and neither did the Boulder of Destiny. So we're eliminating quite a bit right now.
And our big Poe wasn't anything either. And for those of you who don't know, in this setting, you only have to get one big Poe and turn him in to get the item instead of 10. So that speeds up things quite a bit.
Ooh, Gavaroni making the smart decision to hang back. While Necro is now going into Forest, so we will have 2 more runners with those fire medallions soon. Now, I'm more curious, is Dylan going to potentially go to Dodongo's Cavern? Okay, that's just the grotto, which I believe had our Kokiri sword. The 2 wallet locations, for the record, were above Dodongo's Cavern and the Diving Lab minigame. So, yeah, I want to say Hell Knight just got a bigger wallet.
Which is a good thing. He needs something to put his 1 rupee in.
For the record, there is the normal child wallet you start with, the adult's wallet, which lets you carry 200 rupees, and the giant's wallet that lets you have 500 rupees. There are some settings that allow you to pick up another wallet known as the Tycoon wallet for 999 rupees, but we are not playing with those settings today. And, looks like Hell Knight wants to become a child again.
Is he possibly going to go to Zora's domain and turn in Rudo's letter?
Or maybe has the Song of Storms.
This is true.
I mean, Song of Storms was at Spirit, and certainly did have that available. We'll get it confirmed whether he does have it or not relatively soon, hopefully.
But first, we're going to see some bowling.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Bomb Chew Bowling. First one, nothing important. Here's hoping the second one has something better. Costs 30 rupees per game for this, so this is a potential just big waste of time here.
Especially with 2 red rupees as rewards.
This is worse than those stacker games.
Kind of reminds me of King Zora and ALTTP. How often do you give him 500 rupees and you get a red rupee from him? Anyway.
Sorry, I was actually trying to figure out how to answer that question.
Okay. It looks like Hell Knight is going to be giving us a another fairy check here.
Hyrule Castle Ferry.
That would be Din's Ferry, as it's known as.
Ah, right, because Din's Fire is normally learned here in Vanilla.
And we get a boomerang, though. That's nice.
If we have to take out Baronade, that'll certainly help. Again, right now, I'm working under the presumption that the Ruto's letter is our Way of the Hero item, so there's something beyond that. Now, as far as what, I don't know. But now that Hell Knight actually does have the Song of Storms, perhaps we will see a dive into the bottom of the well. Okay, after checking the stone for the hint. Maybe? Or are we actually going back in? Oh, right, the knight hasn't actually checked out the Oasis Fairy yet. Makes sense. Now, some of you may be wondering, how come Gavaroni has additional time going through this first room? So that is because when you enter a heated room or you are underwater, your starting timer depends on how much of your actual health you have. So in this case, Gavaroni entered with 5, or actually I think 6 whole hearts at the point, and so had a lot more time than our previous visitor to the Fire Temple, who started with only 3.
Right.
It
I
is
believe it's 8 seconds per full heart. And I think he just picked up a fairy. So if he runs out of health, the fairy will revive him. So that's good.
But the burns just... how do they magically go away? That doesn't make sense. Still, Gavaroni does have a slingshot now, so that helps. Plus, we can finally see what is inside the big room bombable door. Well, bombable wall, but you get the point. This is the last location logically available, and it's just a key. We could potentially make it to the Boulder Maze, but, you know, fewer tunic requirements doesn't mean no tunic requirements. We like to offer some peace of mind for our runners. In the meantime, we're seeing some new grotto checks, I believe. And, no, no, Carito, I did not steal any of the hearts. The Decker Scrubs did. They're the ones selling them for a high price. Just ask Hell Knight. I will never be believed. Alright, Gavaroni heading back to the Boulder Maze. Actually, this is the first visit here.
And he, of course, is getting his ice trip. Okay, folks, apparently we just got a second tracker to help us out. So, things should get updated.
Fire Eye, I am not that bad, okay? Just so it is clear, this is the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Tournament Qualifier for SpeedGaming Live 2019, where only certain qualified people are allowed to generate the seed. I am not one of them. At least not unless I'm told otherwise. There are 20 such qualifiers for the upcoming event. This is qualifier number 6 out of 20. Our runners are competing to earn points. The higher they place, the more points they get. If you get the most amount of points, you may be compensated with travel expenses to SG Live, which will take place in Herndon, Virginia. And the event itself is October 24th through 27th.
I believe it's the top 3 qualifiers. Maybe
Thank
wrong
you
on
for
that,
that.
but I think that's what it was. Yep.
And even if you do not necessarily qualify for travel expenses, well, all these seeds that we're playing, they will help with initial rankings for, I want to say, our 16-person bracket.
Not to mention, it's also good practice.
Okay, Gavaroni, I get that sometimes the prize at the Bomb Chew bowling game is not fun, but do be careful. Alright. 2 simultaneous grotto checks for the children. Just a blue rupee, so not what we're looking for. In the meantime...
Go ahead.
Nah, you take it.
No, I was just going to make some stupid jokes, so you go ahead.
Nothing wrong with the occasional joke.
In that case, why did the cuckoo leave the pen in Kakariko Village? Never mind. Okay. Anyway, Dylan is about to do our chicken finding game. Speaking of cuckoos. And Giovanni is going to do it at the same time.
Wait, since when did Giovanni get here? I thought he was supposed to stay at the Viridian Gym. I see a Gavaroni here.
Or Gavaroni. I'm sorry, I am messing up the names tonight.
I'm just making sure that we don't suddenly get invaded by Team Rocket, that's all. Someone has to keep the commentary booth, trouble-free.
Good thing you're here then, Wolf.
Thanks, I think. Anyway, both Dylan and Gavaroni are about to learn the Song of Time. Don't know if this will prove useful, but good to eliminate it. And in the meantime, Hell Knight trying to get those Skulltulas. While we have eliminated the hints for 30, 40, and 50, We're not going to be told about 10 or 20. We just have to get those manually. And yet, once again, we have people passing up on the silo item, but then again, once we take a look and see that it's a blue rupee, yeah, makes sense. Now, did I see that correctly? Does Necro have at least 10 Skulltula tokens? Looks like one of our trackers saw that, so thank you. And oh, Dylan is the first to enter Child Spirit Temple proper. Has the Hylian shield equipped, so we don't have to worry about burning the Deku shield.
And meanwhile, Hell Knight is going to finish off Deku. And Necro's going to finish off Phantom Ganon.
And soon, Gavaroni is going to start the Deku tree. So I'm going to use this time while we're waiting to find out some additional information. Please follow our runners because they are the ones putting in the actual work. Dylan Meeble, Hell Knight 86, Gavaroni1, and Casey Necro. Do not forget about my commentary partner Masterlink 2018 and our trackers Corito 86 and Maid Walkherd. Sorry about that. Ooh.
Okay, that's 2 small keys in Child Spirit, which means that Adult Side Spirit was key locked.
Yeah, that's why I kind of went, oh, as it looks like Dylan now has 11 Skulltula tokens. Yeah, not many runners like to come to Child Spirit, so... Now, interesting decision to make. Do you take those 2 small keys and then just not use them now, or do you just go ahead and go for it?
Looks like Dylan's gonna go for it.
Well, what would you do?
Me, if I had gotten the bottom of the well's Way of the Hero and I had Song of Storms, that's where I would be. But that's just me.
I'm asking the wrong question. I'll try again. Spirit Temple, if you have 2 keys, do you just immediately climb up Spirit Temple as a child, or do you warp back to being an adult and go there?
It certainly is an interesting question. And I can't give an answer about my routing, because it's pretty much seed dependent.
Well, based off the information we have on this current seed, what would your first instinct be? And without knowing that the Megaton Hammer was just found there.
Without knowing the hammer was there, it probably would have been the wrong decision. Let's put it that way.
That doesn't answer my question, Link.
I don't think so. Case Necro cleared for us, so it's marked correctly.
Yeah, and Necro did clear out the Forest Temple, which rewarded the Fire Medallion today. You are good. Now, Dylan with that Megaton hammer certainly is able to explore Fire Temple now.
In the meantime, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we're getting our first look here at the Ocarina game on Hell Knight's screen.
Could have sworn it was second, but I may be misremembering.
At least it's the first I'm hearing it, given that he has the audio.
Nothing important. And Gavaroni, nice bomb jump to get up and go around without needing to literally go around the Deku Tree basement. I admit I'm not used to boomerang strats against the Deku Scrubs, but it works. Though admittedly, that scrub was also a ripoff. I do not know where our runners are going to end up going next, but we are running kinda low on some things to do. I don't think anyone's gone to Zora's River yet, have they?
I have not seen anybody there.
Alright, Sunblock Chest has a key. And... Alright, Dylan is going to go up against the Iron Knuckle at the end.
Now keep in mind, without double defense, the Iron Knuckle does do 4 hearts of damage, I believe.
That is correct. I remember that way too many times from my childhood. Oh, here's a new check, potentially for Hell Knight. We may... Actually, no. I haven't seen anyone do Spinning Pot, but we're not going to get to see Darunia's Joy. Oh, there's those.
Yep, Dylan taking a hit.
And silver sunken rupees. That's the Gerudo training ground. It has a small key today. So there are perhaps a number of relieved folks for that. Oh! Dylan getting sideswiped!
Yeah, with Kokiri's sword, those Iron Knuckles are tough.
I don't think it... I couldn't tell if that was the sword or a broken Deku stick, but either way,
He was
Youch.
definitely... Yeah, he was definitely using the sword there, unfortunately.
And, was that a bigger bomb bag that Hell Knight just picked up? I didn't get a good look at it.
Yeah, I missed that. I was going to try to answer one of chat's questions. They want to know where you go to get the randomizer. Just type in zootr in a search engine, and it'll come right up.
Ooh, Hell Knight. No, that's too far. I don't think the Rolling Garon will give it to you at this point. Oh, barely counted, but just for 5
Just a
rupees.
bloopy.
Also, Danger Darren, I don't know if you meant where do you, Oh, there we go. Thank you. Also, we thank you for supporting the Speed Gaming community. Alright, Necro now going into Fire Temple, but only Dylan has the Megaton Hammer here. And thank you again, Danger Darren. Looks like everyone is going to get a Kokiri sword, but... well, it's proving somewhat useful at least. Oh, wait a second, I have my, items mixed up. What was the right side chest in this boulder maze again?
Well, we're about to find out.
Oh, bottle. I had that written
A
on the
bird
wrong
bottle.
line.
Yep. Bottles are good. You could put many things in them. Fairies, bugs, potions, fire, pose. So they're pretty useful.
You forgot about the old-fashioned bugs.
I said bugs.
Oh, you
My
did? Okay.
second thing. I did.
I meant to say milk.
That's true. That is something I forgot.
And, here we go. Gavaroni, the first to enter the bottom of the well.
Okay. Good play.
So Maidwalk heard Necro now has a slingshot if they didn't already.
Right, so if they already got the slingshot, that would have been an ammo upgrade for slingshot ammo.
Alright, bottom of the well has how many chests? 14 of them.
12 checks, I think. If you're not counting keys.
I
11 or 12.
was counting keys. I thought there were 14 actually. Ooh, well now we're down to 12.
Yeah, 3 of them are keys, so that's why I wasn't counting those.
Makes sense. And oh, Dompe digging out the lens of truth. That is kind of a rude place for it. So just so it is clear, the lens of truth is only needed for the wasteland to get to the desert, which we don't need, or the chest minigame, which we will always need the lens for. All these hidden chests that Gavaroni's going for, yeah, you're just supposed to know that they're there. Also, apparently we missed a fire tunic in one of the well chests, so... there we go, we now have even more protection. Actually, based off of the lack of timer on Necro's side... Does Necro have the Goron tunic as well? Maybe chose to buy it. I mean, buying the tunic is certainly allowed in this rando. Sometimes you are expected to buy it. Alright, thank you for confirming, chat. Shinobe, Dylan got the Megaton Hammer by climbing up Spirit Temple as a child. Now, Gavaroni is soon about to deal with Dead Hand, but first let's, rob the extra treasure. Just a key.
This game certainly has a lot of keys, or all of the above.
Also has a bunch of freaky hands here.
Evidently.
I
And a
mean,
guy with no feet.
Lieutenant Shenz agrees. This is not really the,
Now, let's see what Dead Hand gives us.
And,
A big
looks...
Goron sword. Okay. That certainly is
Also,
something.
did Dylan just turn in both Skulltula rewards and got nothing for it?
I was watching Gavarani's screen, but I'll take your word for it.
Alright, bottom of the well did not seem to pay off, but there's still a little bit more. Alright, this room, that's why I'm nervous about that room. That is the room of the locked pits, where you have to open the door and hope you don't fall in a pit. Needless to say, it is not the place to, take someone on a first date. Oh, there? Oh no, oh no. That's a long shot. Actually, we needed that for Water Temple. There we go.
We sure do. So that's our way of the hero. Clearly.
At
Tunics, not so
least.
much.
I mean, so here's the thing, there could be more than one item here. That is Way of the Hero. That's just the obvious one.
There could be. Tunics aren't usually way of the hero because you can always buy them.
Which, again, I do believe Necro bought their tunic, so we can mark that. But apparently, we didn't see, Gavaroni get a fire tunic in, the well. That may have been a minor eyesight issue on our part. Alright, we are beyond the locked pits, and now we just have to deal with this like by going around it.
And that was just a nut.
Alright, long shot it is. And now Dylan is going through the Deku Tree. And has been told to chill now.
Gavaroni apparently going through Child Spirit now. He will
Well,
get his hammer if he chooses to go the full route.
and Hell Knight will also go into the bottom of the well. Hopefully will stick around for that long shot.
Of course, it could be a real long shot if he goes for it.
I
All right, never
am
mind.
surrounded by punsters here. Lieutenant Shen's, that was Master Link who made the joke.
Bad joke alert. Bad joke alert. Sorry.
I at least tried to make decent jokes. Alright, Gavaroni has both keys from child side. Will they be used immediately? In this case, we want them to be used, and Gavaroni is going to use them. Now, I know we've been through Dodongo's Cavern, but I don't recall there being anything worthwhile in Dodongo's Cavern besides, well, the light medallion in the end. Alright. Gavaroni should have that hammer very soon.
If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. And there's his hammer. Awesome.
Would you also hammer in the evening?
All over Hyrule.
Wait, I may be mixing up my songs here. Hammer in the morning, hammer in the evening, hammering at supper time. Wait, no.
Yes, you are mixing up your songs, and now you're doing a free commercial.
Go get your Mugaton hammer at Talon's Supplies and Tools today. I don't know. Alright, Dylan now has the Spirit Medallion. So, and at this point, Necro has taken out Dodongo's Cavern, so 3 of our runners have 3 medallions.
And that would be a total of 9 medallions.
Well, you are kind of forgetting that Hell Knight also has 2 additional, so that's 11.
But you said 3 of our runners.
I wasn't done with the equation yet. One step at a time, Link. One step at a time.
And now doing solo commentary for the rest of the race will be Wolfman.
Hey!
Just kidding.
Please, I already did that last night. Or yesterday. I don't want to necessarily do that again.
And it looks like Dylan might be going into the well now as well. 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 All right. Enough.
So yes, Dylan is going into the place where you normally fetch water, only we don't want to fetch this water. And Gavaroni is setting up the broken Deku Stick. There we go. Here's hoping for a more successful Iron Knuckle battle.
I like the crouch stab strat for that.
There you go.
God, that was a mouthful.
Alright, Silver Gauntlet chest contains just a piece of heart. And
That
yep,
was that was heartbreaking.
chat. Help.
Boo.
I wasn't making a joke there. I don't get. Never. Okay, we are on two different wavelengths here.
I can boo my own jokes, okay?
Oh, that was it? Okay. uh, okay, what? Necro, why do you have to be mean to the bomb shoe bowling shopkeeper?
Oh, come on, we've all done it once or twice.
I haven't yet. And I hope I never do.
I've seen people do worse. I've seen people blatantly attack Andrew. Now, what did Andrew ever do to you?
Andrew or Andrew?
Andrew, the chicken
Okay.
lady.
Okay, I misheard you for a second. I was like, what? What Andrew is in Ocarina of Time?
I think there's a runner named Andrew, but I could be wrong.
Alright, Necro with the boomerang now. Ooh, L Knight lost their Deku shield. And Gavaroni decides to become an adult. Oh. Now I'm curious, why is Necro waiting till night? Should already have the bow from Richard. Oh, Dampe digging most likely. If we have Nocturne as Shadow and we wait for the sun to immediately set, then there you go. We could just warp over, have Dampe dig once, and thus free Lens of Truth. I don't think Hell Knight was expecting that audience for that long shot there. It's like, you got it! Scream! Now Dylan with the Bigoron sword. And Gavaroni preparing to hunt a big poet, looks like.
Unfortunately, Gavaroni's going to be somewhat disappointed.
I forgot what was there, but
Wasn't anything good, if I remember correctly.
that's my thought.
And it looks like we might get our first look at Tektite Grotto here. At least a look at it.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen anyone go here. Fortunately,
It's
I
a
couldn't
nice
tell what
bloopy.
I couldn't tell what that was, but I'll trust you on that.
Something
Oh,
blue.
I don't think Hell Knight meant to be out here at this time of day, and is just right now waiting.
If he positions it correctly, he could farm some rupees. As they keep infinitely falling in the water.
Well, apparently we're just gonna wait instead.
That's fun, too. They're such perfect rhythmical.
Alright, Dylan with the long shot now. It's just up to Necro to get theirs. And with the sun up, looks like Hell Knight wants to go back to town. And for the record, the reason why Hell Knight had to wait that long is because we don't have Sun Song yet. The Sun Song is located either at Ice Cavern,
Burning
Temple of
Cack,
Time, yeah, or Burning Cack.
Cack.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also Prelude would have worked there too. Because he could have just preluded over, even during night.
Well, apparently Hell Knight wanted it to be daytime for a reason. Oh, that, and we don't have Prelude.
Exactly.
But note Gavaroni's position. We are about to get another Rudo letter here.
Dylan might be starting the mask trading quest, it looks like.
Putting that plan on hold, it looks like.
I said starting, I didn't necessarily say finishing.
Touche. Alright. Now we just have to catch that fish. We just have to calm, keep quiet, let the fish approach us. We'll just try again. Sometimes fishing is not the easiest thing in the world here. There we go, much more successful as Necro now has the Bigoron sword.
And of course, that big Goron sword, although not required, does make things quite a bit easier.
Depends on your definition of easier. I mean, yes, you do get to deliver, I want to say, double damage, but you can't use your shield while you have it equipped.
This is true.
So there's a little bit of give and take here. Now, Dylan... turning in the big Poe. And yeah, just for 5 rupees. No thank you. Now, Princess Yang, I wouldn't exactly call the shield useless if it's useful for a boss. But I may just be in the minority here. And oh? Is Gavaroni thinking of just knocking out Water Temple?
Certainly looks like everyone is headed in that direction.
Alright.
Now we did see a foolish hint for this, so we're gonna hope for an early boss key.
I want to say there's only one chest where you're not expected to get through this without the tunic here. And that would be the one in the basement in the middle of the tower. Also, apparently Dylan gained the silver scale and I had missed that? When did Dylan get that, Lieutenant? In what pit? Oh, in that grotto?
Was that in the Tektite? It did look blue, but I thought it was a bloopy. So the silver scale is in the Tektite grotto. Okay. That's good to know.
Well, if we ever have to go diving as a child, then that may help. But I'm not expecting that to. Also, Hell Knight just purchased the Goron tunic. And Necro is advancing the trading quest a little bit more as well. Now, I forget which room Gavaroni is in right now.
Narrow's love is not useful. It's in the upper part of. Oh no, it was in the arrow room. I like to call it
The one by the torches?
torch room. Yeah, arrow room, torch room. I don't know what you call that, but yeah. Shoot the torches with arrows.
Now, while Nehru's love isn't required by logic at all, it is still a helpful item, I guess. It depends on if you need to, immediately summon a barrier if, say, your life depended on it.
However, without magic, it's not very useful. And none of our runners have found magic yet.
Alright, I want to say that was the compass chest that Gavaroni opened, but that was just a small key. We've opened 3 chests so far. We know the river chest has nothing in it. So we are down to... let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And thank you for confirming that we don't need any Skulltulas at all, as Dylan now has Ruto's letter, and Necro is about to cause some storms. But nothing important here. Oh,
And Gavaroni got our paperweight. Nice.
the Stone of Agony. In the vanilla game, you need that in order to, feel for where the grottos are. In older versions of the Randomizer, you needed the Stone of Agony to read the hints, but as you can tell, we don't need anything to read the hints in this flag set. And I'm sure the runners are very thankful for that. I didn't see Necro go for that lower freestanding item, so I'm presuming it's nothing important. And the grotto? Oh, there it is!
Light arrows. Okay, those are important.
Light arrows at the Zora River Grotto. So right now, Necro, I think, has a good lead here. As Gavaroni just found the boss key, and I forgot what room that is.
Great
Also,
time for a bottom of the well hint after you've already checked it. But
yeah.
anyway, go ahead.
I actually need a reminder here. I have marked down 3 ways of the hero: Market, Lake Hylia, and Bottom of the Well. What's the 4th?
I have not seen it yet.
If the
Chat.
remaining if the remaining ones are seriously hidden behind, this waterfall right here, that's just going to be rude.
It looks like Dylan has the same idea as Gavarani right now. In
I
the
mean, it makes
meantime,
sense.
Hell Knight finishing off the Dongos. And
King Zora mega weeps over to the other side. We don't even get to hear it.
weep, 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 weep. Happy now?
Kind of. Alright, Morpha is down. And now the waterfall chest at Zora's domain is the other scale. Well, at least we know we can just swim down there no matter what. And, alright, Morpha just dropped a key. We don't need that small key. We're out of there. And hey, maybe we can shoot the sun now, too.
Technically, we could have shot the sun before, but now we can get to the item. And actually,
Well,
technically, we could have gotten to the item before with the long shot, but anyway.
Well, here's the thing. When you beat certain dungeons, the time is automatically set. And in this case, once we beat the water temple, it's sunrise. Just shoot the sun right then and there.
Good point.
And our item. Oh, just for recovery.
Lovely recovery heart. Well, at
I
least you saved
think
10 rupees that way.
I think that confirms it. Rudo's letter is our way of the hero. I mean, unless our runners just forgot to check what you get by normally diving for Rudo's letter in the first place, but I really think Rudo's letter is guarding something. And, well, it's not that bloopy. Poseidon's Shadow, the lab, was a wallet upgrade, which, mind you, was also found above the Dongo's Cavern. And how many Market Way of the Heroes are there?
I always thought there were 2 of each way of the hero hint, but that looks like a third already. Unless I'm wrong.
Were there 2 key items at the market? If
Well, let's see.
so,
Yeah, I was
say
gonna say
again.
Bomb Chew Bowling had nothing.
Richard the dog had a bow.
Richard had the bow, so that's one, and then there's a chest game, which could potentially be the other one. I don't think Market includes any of Hyrule or any of the Hyrule Fairy, Hyrule Castle Fairy, or any of that stuff.
It
I think that's
doesn't. You're right.
that's a different hint. So, and there was nothing on Big Pose. So, my thinking is that chest mini game. All right, Way of the Hero doesn't necessarily mean there's more than one. So,
Yeah,
Bo,
each. Yeah,
what were you gonna
yeah.
say?
Each way of the hero only talks about one item. You are correct.
So, Bo could have been our Way of the Hero. There could also potentially be something on chest game.
If there were 3 or 4 market hints, then that means there are 2 ways of the hero in the market. And if what you're saying is correct,
Okay, yeah, I just don't remember if that was the third or the duplicate that we saw.
fair enough. In the meantime, Gavaroni with that hammer, but not with the tunic, just going to dive through Fire Temple right now.
He's gonna barely make this one, I think.
So at this point, in order to get into go mode where we can just finish every single dungeon and be done with it, we just need 2 things. One is the Silver Gauntlets, which is a 2nd strength upgrade, and 2 is magic. We don't necessarily need Din's Fire unless we have to enter Shadow Temple, because Shadow Temple is one of our stone dungeons.
Of course, alternatively, we could always enter Shadow with fire arrows if we find those. But in either case, if we needed to go into Shadow, we would still need the magic. So
Exactly. So right now, I'm just going through all my notes from what I've taken here. If that was 3 or 4 market hints that we've seen, then hold on. Okay, Gavaroni just got arrows there. Then chest game is the only thing left, which means Lens of Truth is required.
correct. For now, we're going on the assumption that we saw at least 3 market hints.
If the assumption
we could be
3 market hints is 2 key items. 2 means 1.
correct. So either our assumption is correct and chest is required, lens chest is required, or our assumption is wrong. But I'm sure we'll find that out sooner or later.
Oh, never mind. Right, child archery game had the hook shot. We have our 2. We may not need archery. We do need that hammer, though. Necro has just picked it up. And Hell Knight is going for that silver scale. See, we got it figured it out. It just took us a little bit, that's all. And oh no, Dylan is taking the long way just to find this boss key. We're going to have an unexpected encounter with Dark Link. And so far, Gavaroni hasn't had much luck with Fire Temple. Alright, for those that want to know how to take out Dark Link, just sense your shadow coming behind you, and good luck with the swing, apparently. There are multiple ways of taking out your shadow. This is just the, I don't know, silly way. But it works.
Apparently, Dylan didn't get the hint about the river chest here in Water Temple.
Yeah, unfortunately, so while we do know that the whole place is barren, we were warned specifically about the river chest, but... Now, there is another advantage by going through this way. You are dropped off by the dragon chest. So it's not a total loss. Also, Gavaroni already going into effectively deep fire just to get Pierre's chest. Well, Necro has taken out the Child Knuckle, but... not what we're looking for. Alright. I am genuinely curious. Will there be anything in Pierre's chest? Nope. Small key.
Technically, a small key is something.
Okay, fair.
And of course, it could lead to something else.
So, fun fact, actually, the way this randomizer is designed, there is an extra small key in Fire Temple. That is because the key, or rather the door that is hammer blocked at the lower level, that's just removed. It does make the key logic a little bit easier to handle. And yeah, okay, it was that dragon chest that had the boss key. Dylan basically took a very long path to get that. Alright, Gavaroni, compass chest. Another small
Another
key.
small key.
Our boss key has not been found yet, unless it was found early on, and I just didn't notice it this entire time.
Yeah, I didn't notice it yet. Now, what have we got left? We've got a Goron check and hammer chest, basically.
That is correct. The Goron check, some call it the deepest Goron chest because you have to go pretty deep in the Fire Temple to get it. Used to be called the highest Goron, but apparently there is a Goron that is higher placed, so we're trying to advocate a minor name change. And what you need to do is use the Song of Time in order to, or, excuse me, just jump attack with the hammer, sure. Whatever works. Seriously? Either the Megaton Hammer Chest has our boss key, or Gavaroni was just exploring to see if there was a key item here.
Correct. Either one of those is the case.
Alright, Dylan has learned shooting the sun is not worth it. Gavaroni getting some dance lessons. Hell Knight trying to figure out which chest has the boss key. And
Yeah,
Necro... Go ahead.
I was gonna say it looks like Hell Knight is gonna take the short way, so that's good. Anyway, finish what you were gonna say.
And Necro is ready to turn the heat on.
And we're gonna get our look at Hammer Chest on Gavaroni's side very shortly. Unless he falls off the ledge.
Let's hope not.
Definitely gonna help not.
Alright, we just have to walk carefully across the top. And we got it. Hell Knight has their boss key, and so does Gavaroni. Ooh, that's just horrible luck. We had to go into the deepest of fire in order to get that. But at least Volvagia is now accessible.
And Gavaroni's gonna do the smart thing and grab an extra fairy here.
Yeah. Even with fewer tunic requirements, you are never expected to take out the boss. Oh no! Oh, okay, there was a spare fairy. So the way that Volvagia works... Actually, you know what, Master Link, maybe you could explain this boss better than I can.
Okay, I'll give it a try. When Volvagia comes out of a hole, so basically, Volvagia has two different sprites. One sprite you see on the screen, and one sprite is actually hidden, and it's in the hole that he most recently came out of. So by dropping bombs successively, you can do 1 hit point of damage for each bomb. Now, Volvagia, I believe, has 12 hit points, so if you can get, about 6 or 7 bombs off in between phases, you cut down the number of phases significantly that he has, or she has. I don't know if he's a he or a she.
You can use they.
They. Anyway, it looks like Gavaroni's going to get a 2 cycle here, if I counted the hit points correctly.
Yeah, that's a decent 2 cycle in the end. And more importantly, that's our first medallion. We gain access to 2 songs. Not that we may need them at this point.
I hope that explanation was sufficient.
You were good. Volvagia drops a Deku Stick capacity upgrade.
That would have been nicer 2 hours ago, but we'll take it.
But yeah, with that, we are 1 medallion away from ascending Ganon's castle. However, we are missing 2 key items. Again, we are missing a strength upgrade and we are missing magic.
Did we see this fairy yet? I don't remember.
No, this is our first time. As Hell Knight now gets the water medallion from the water temple. Just a piece of heart.
Nothing there.
Now, I am still hung up on Rudo's letter here. Because I have not seen any of our runners go into Jabu Jabu's belly or beyond with being an adult towards the ice cavern.
Nope, we have not seen that. And of course, there is 2 extra checks outside of the ice cavern that our runners can get to. So we could conceivably have a strength or a magic there.
That is true. That's where I'm suspecting one of our 2 items, if not both, are located. Of course, we don't know if our runners are keeping that piece of data in mind, or if that's just somewhere in the back of their heads. And okay, Sun Song from the Prelude location.
Again, not technically required, but nice to have.
Actually, Sun Song is required for 1 spot and 1 spot only.
This is true. Sunsong Grave.
Exactly. Now, there is another song that Gavaroni could have picked up, but chose not to. And that was the Burning Kakariko song.
Which would either be Saria's or Prelude.
Now, Saria's does give us 2 additional checks, I believe.
Yep, that would be correct. That would be Skull Kid and Darunia.
Whereas Prelude is just a warp point.
Now, it could also be possible that Saria's is on Ice Cavern. And if you're going to head there anyway for checks, that's also a possibility.
Necro attempting deep fire went up the wrong tower, has to try again. Dylan also went up the wrong one. Ooh, a nice sword jump, but there we go. Gavaroni now has that boomerang.
And if Gavaroni is playing Nocturne, it looks like he's going to go do a Sunsong Grave check for us. And pick up a skull while he's here, apparently.
Not everyone has 20 skulls to know that they don't have to do any Skulltula hunting, but, we're getting there. Oh yeah, Gavaroni hasn't gotten the Lens of Truth yet either. Which, even though we have found 2 logistical ways of the hero, there could be a third. Not a third by hints, but just a third by unfortunate luck at the chest game.
And that actually, now that you mentioned Lens, brings up another check, the Wasteland check. I'm not certain we have seen any of our runners go that way yet.
Now, the Wasteland itself, to get to that one, you don't need the Lens of Truth. Lens of Truth
you don't need it if you know the patterns on the ground.
But the patterns come after that check.
It depends on if you're doing reverse Wasteland or forward Wasteland.
If you're doing forward Wasteland, the lens is used for the Poe guide. If you're doing reverse Wasteland, then you only need the lens for chess game, really.
Correct.
And look at this. Necro is showing how to actually free the Deepest Goron properly, without any of these sequence-breaking shenanigans. Hell Knight's stocking up on Deku sticks for some reason. Alright, Gavaroni has all 20 skulls, but we know that it's just not going to help at all. Here's some explosives. Here are some more explosives. Now, Necro, I would be okay. I sometimes get nervous with standing on the corner of those platforms. Sometimes I fear that you could get crushed and have to redo that part. But that may be just me. Also, didn't I see Dylan go up here earlier? No, that was one of the other runners. Never mind.
Yeah, that was Gavaroni, I'd like to say. And Necro about to get his boss key. Hitting the switch about 300 times for extra effect.
It's not that easy to walk up on that platform. Oh, Gavaroni messed up the chicken grab. And I don't know where that Kuko is. Oh. Wow. Got lucky, just keep on the ground! No! Oh no, Gavaroni's passing up on the light arrows. Ooh, this is not going to be good. Now, admittedly, if we do have to go to Ice Cavern, then hopefully Gavaroni comes back here as an adult and double checks that grotto, but... you know. Also, Hell Knight finally has the Megaton Hammer.
And of course, as an adult, you do not need a cuckoo to get to that grotto.
That is true.
Just walk on over.
Alright, Dylan again using intended strategies to try to get back up, but I sometimes struggle with this jump too as well. While Gavaroni not going for a dive yet, instead I think wants to get some flame storage. Or just immediately taking the flame right now. Oh, now trying to do the proper flame storage. There we go. I think we got it. However, that doesn't leave a lot of time for the actual diving for the rupees. We got very lucky that 2 of those rupees were available in one dive, otherwise we may not have made it.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a very nice pattern. Luckily.
And Necro is done with Fire Temple. Didn't either Dylan or Hell Knight take out Water Temple by now?
I think they both have, if I'm not mistaken.
We'll get that confirmed soon, hopefully. And thank you, Shinobi. Alright, we can confirm both of our top 2 runners have the water medallion. And just so it is clear, there are 2 silver scales in the game, but the silver scales are progressive items. Once you get the silver scale, the other one becomes a golden scale. So do not panic if you see the silver scale at 2 different locations. This works in the same way as Link to the Past's progressive swords.
I think at least 2 of the runners did Tektite Grotto.
Yeah, 2 did Tektite, and I think 2 did the waterfall. So, I don't think we need to worry too much here.
No, especially since gold scale's not required for this seed. So, not a big deal.
I only see 2 scales, not 3. Hey, chat is giving us a hard time today, Link.
There are 3 scales marked on trackers. Chat is right about that.
Oh. I
And
thought
I'm
Hell
pretty
Knight got one from the
Hell
waterfall.
Knight got one from the Tektite Grotto, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken.
Actually, that sounds about right. Then, yeah, all 4 should have the silver scale. And why is everyone avoiding Jabu Jabu Belly? And there it was. Necro looked at the Tektite pit. It became a gold scale. And okay, Alistair, that's fair. Not many want to go into Jabu Jabu's belly. But at the same time, we have to remember, Lake Hylia had a Way of the Hero, which the only thing of possible worth for that was Ruto's letter. Something has to give. And so the question is, what?
And also, the other question is, what's our 4th Way of the Hero?
I think it was 2 Market Way of the Heroes at this point. Because I'm reasonably sure we've seen all of the Gossip Stone locations.
There are still a few Gossip Stones we haven't seen, like
yeah,
there's
and
one
for the
in
record, child fishing I think was bomb shoes today, actually.
That's correct. That's what it was.
Alright, Gavaroni attempting a sequence break to get the, got the chest. Is Sun Song, or is, nope, we do not need a fire source for that. That's good to know. And, for those that are concerned whether this seed was generated correctly, because I am seeing some concerns on that in chat, I can tell you that bomb chews are not in logic. I have that verified. And now, Gavaroni's going for Anju's chickens. I think we have seen Anju's chickens, right?
I thought we saw adult Andrew's item. least.
Oh, you're right. That was adult, not child. Alright.
Time travel gets confusing. All right.
Yeah. And speaking of time travel, we actually almost got to see the time. Whenever you attack a gossip stone with the sword, you are told what time it is in-game. But, no, okay. Hell Knight is going over to the fountain. Maybe now we'll see a Jabu Jabu play? Maybe? We are seeing... Ooh, left side boulder maze now. Ah,
Just a nut.
nuts.
It was kind of nutty.
Alright, Hell Knight is officially in Jabu Jabu's belly. So, I am suspecting that either magic or strength is located either in Jabu Jabu's belly, Ice Cavern, Icicle Flow, or Icicle Sink. As Dylan now picks up Sun Song, after having completed the Fire Temple. And yes, everyone found a first strength upgrade at Mido's house. We haven't found a second one yet. Or a third. By Ferrari's Fountain, you mean the one where you normally learn Ferrari's win at Zora's Fountain? That has been checked, but only Hell Knight has actually gone into Jabu Jabu's belly. Also, Sunsong Grave, we are finally seeing this, and it's our second nut capacity upgrade. What was in Ferrari's Fountain? Nothing important. And oh no, Necro taking the long way around. And Dylan, there we go. Burning Kakariko has Saria's song, which means Ice Cavern teaches us Prelude of Light. So that confirms that Dylan did beat Water Temple. Alright, I want to say this is the boomerang chest that we are now in for Hell Knight. Just a Hylian shield. Come on, game, work with us. Jabu Jabu's belly is interesting in that there are only 4 chests. The boomerang chest, the map chest, the compass chest, and then, well, whatever you get for beating Baronade. Because our runners start with the map and compass pre-equipped, that brings the item count to 4 instead of 2. It's still kind of a low-value play, but we make do. Alright, Necro's in the Dragon Room. We'll soon get the boss key. And Bomb Chews isn't it?
Nope, more bomb chews. So go carry your fish around some more.
I want to say this is where the compass chest is, so this is it. Either that, or we missed it, and that's actually 3 chests with nothing, which means Baronade has it. Unfortunately, this mess of hallways always confuses me as to which one is it. But yeah. Honestly, I think Hell Knight already opened all 3 chests at this point, because that center gate opens at the very end, right?
You have to take out two. I think it's 2 tentacles to get to that.
Yeah, but all 3 chests have to be before you fight Big Octo.
That's correct. Yep.
So we're just trying to remember if we've seen that last chest.
One chest is in the room with all the bubbles, I think. The one with the stingrays. And don't remember which room the 3rd chest is in.
Well,
Third chest is-
apparently we missed it because Hell Knight is gone from there.
The fact that Hell Knight's still continuing in the dungeon
Yeah.
probably tells us that something's on Baronade.
Oh, Gavaroni is heading towards Ice Cavern. Just checked the floor item, and apparently wasn't happy with it, floating up. And not happy with the other item either, but not actually going into Ice Cavern, instead leaving. Or maybe did grab... No! I just saw the inventory. The sunken floor had the silver gauntlets. That's how Rudo's letter was required.
We could, of course, still have a magic in our ice.
That is true. Or we could have magic right here on Baronade. We don't know. We at least got one. We at least confirmed Way the Hero through Rudo's letter. But we have a problem. Gavaroni missed out on... Actually, did Gavaroni miss out on light arrows? I need to see a pause screen.
I thought Necro was the only one that got ice arrows so far. I mean, not ice arrows, light arrows.
And Gava was going to, but then lost the Kuko.
Correct.
Oh, that's unfortunate. And in the meantime, Hell Knight is going for Baronade. And then we'll also get to confirm which stone this is.
As their light arrows were in Zora's River in the grotto.
And Necro, meanwhile, is going to go across the river to Gerudo Valley. We haven't made any checks over there. Magic could be there, but first we're stopping by the grotto and... Oh, hi there, Bigger Quiver. Alright, statue hand. Gold rupee, not what we're looking for. Hell Knight took out Baronade for 20 rupees, it's not there. And the statue ledge? More arrows. What was the reward for taking out Baronade? Zora Sapphire. That means the Shadow Temple has the Kokiri Emerald.
Right, and when you get your Kokiri Emerald, you can trade it into Sarashula for an item. Oh, no, wait, that's a different game. Never mind.
We're a little bit behind on the timeline for that one, Link.
Although you do get a flute here, and there is a bird that can carry you places. So, I don't know.
I really do not want to think about how Kebora ended up having a descendant of a duck.
I think it would have been the other way around because ALTP came first in the timeline, as far as I know.
Actually, Ocarina of Time is first in the timeline. Link to the Past was released first, yes, but Ocarina of Time comes first in the timeline.
Anyway, it looks like Necro's making a Zora's domain play now.
Heading there as an adult, so we will hopefully see, another Silver Gauntlet pickup. And the left hand on Spirit Temple is arrows, so we are down to 3 checks in Spirit, though admittedly, we do have to beat the place anyway. But then this brings up another question. If we were to have all of our medallions, but no magic yet, where do you go?
Ice or GTG are our only other options at that point.
Oh, the Silver Gauntlets were on top of the ice, not at the bottom. Whoops, we had that slightly backwards. It was a piece of heart at the bottom. Also, Lieutenant Shen's, I was just saying that Ocarina of Time came first before Link to the Past, that's all. Anyway, Boss Key was in its vanilla location in Spirit. And we are still missing magic. And Necro is in Ice Cavern. And, okay, chat, I was not trying to get into a timeline discussion. I was just comparing 2 games to each other. I know neither is actually first. So let's attempt to restore some order and explain what on earth we're even doing here. This is the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Tournament Qualifiers for SpeedGaming Live 2019. This is qualifying race 6 out of 20, where our 4 featured runners, plus one more that we couldn't fit on here, are seeing if they can get points by placing high. The top 3 who place high should have their travel expenses covered and also be placed very high on the actual 16-person bracket when we head over to Hardin, Virginia, October 24th through 27th in order to compete for a cash prize. I think I've covered that all.
You did cover that all, and to answer chat's question, yes, there are 5 people competing in this race, but we do only have 4 streams on our screen. I don't see where you'd have room to fit a 5th screen and tracker.
Alright, first chest in Ice Cavern. Blue rupee, not there.
In the meantime, Dylan is doing Jabo, and he's going to be they are going to be disappointed.
You mean Dylan is in Jabu Jabu's belly?
Correct, he's in Jabo now.
I thought you said that Gava was.
Oh, okay. You misheard.
Sure, we'll go with that. Anyway, we still... Wait. I need a second look, but was that... Did I see Din's fire in the red ice?
I see a chest in the red ice.
I know, I meant the other one. And inside that chest, that's bombs. Not what we're looking for. Alright, Gavaroni did take out Twin Rova, and whatever that item in the red ice was, well, we're not going for it. You're probably right, Aster. It was most likely a red rupee.
So, just to clarify for chat, there are 2 magics in this game. Magic can't be magic locked. However, if magic is in shadow, then there has to be another magic somewhere outside of the shadow, because otherwise it would be magic locked. You can't have that.
I think one magic can lock the other, but there has to at least be one accessible magic.
Correct. There has to be at least one outside of shadow.
Counter question. Is it possible... No, you would be expected to have Lens of Truth when you enter Shadow Temple, but at the same time, we don't require the lens for some of those checks, which means the first 2 chests in Shadow Temple could have magic.
You still have to be able to get into Shadow Temple.
True, we don't have Din's Fire for that. Or
and
magic.
More importantly, we don't have magic. Yeah, exactly. You don't need dins, you could do it with fire arrows, but you do need magic, at least one of the magics.
Well, here we go. Necro versus White Wolfos. Let's go. Ding ding. Alright. Iron Boots chest. Piece of heart.
Piece of heart. And he is going to get his prelude. So at least that's helpful. Now, there is also mask trading quests, which we have not seen. Magic could conceivably be on that. And with prelude, it makes that a little easier.
We are running low on checks. That is true.
We also have not seen either of Saria's song checks yet. So there are other possibilities.
And we also haven't gone into anything in the Gerudo Fortress, because that's where Gavaroni is.
That's correct.
Oh, oh, King Zora. Did we forget about this?
That's another possible check.
Unfreezing King Zora gets
And
us
there's our magic!
Ice cavern required.
All right. Well, Necro's in go mode, technically.
That just feels wrong.
Technically, Ice Cavern's not required. You could buy Blue Fire. But
We did have access to 2 adult magics, yes, but at the same time, we needed Rudo's letter in order for King Zora to leap out of the way.
that is correct. Anyway, Necro is the first among our restream runners to enter go mode.
And now Gavaroni is hoping to find something in the Gerudo training grounds. There's 2 keys out of 9. We know a third is in the Silver Sunken Rupee room. So there are 6 more to account for.
And we also know that 2 of them could be skipped with the Song of Time.
And we know that the center item in the maze has nothing important.
So that's another 2 that could be skipped. So technically we only need 5.
Alright, we saw some BMOs at the ledge. There's another small key. So 5 known out of 9. 6 known out of 9. We're going to have easy access to the center of the maze. And Stalfos room, not a problem. Just a piece of heart there, though. At least Dylan picked up the light arrows on the way, so that helps. But, and Gavaroni left the ice cavern area when they shouldn't have. I mean, that and missing the light arrows hurts, but... And for those hoping to see Kome and Kotake argue, well, that is a skipped cutscene. That's just how the rando works. Believe me, as much as I like to hear the witches going like hyena, 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 or whatever they say, most of these randomizers are designed to keep you moving. Alright, Dylan now sees those silver gauntlets. Will they go into the ice cavern? No. They're also leaving. Now, honest question, Link. I need a reminder. I know you can buy blue fire in order to unfreeze King Zora. Where can you buy it? Also,
I'm fairly certain you could buy it in Zora's shop as child, obviously, as it's frozen as adult. And, CAC, maybe? Not 100% certain on that.
and, well, there we go. Our, fifth runner has, unfortunately forfeited, though I understand the concern. Sometimes these seeds are not, easy peasy jet mode seeds. And, okay, blue fire could be bought in Kakariko Village. Good to know. But yeah, so far Gerudo Training Grounds is not providing anything.
Well, a heart container is something.
I am talking progression.
Okay. I'm talking English, but that's okay. Anyway. Necro close to finishing up Spirit. I believe that will be his 6th medallion.
That is correct. Well, Gavaroni... There's only one more key left in the place.
Ooh, Ferora's win. A little late in the game for that, but still not bad to have. In the meantime, Gavaroni has his 6 medallions, but unfortunately he needs magic, and he needs to get those light arrows that he skipped earlier.
Well, Necro has already taken out the Naburu Knuckle, and Gavaroni now has that final key. We know we're going to see at least one maze chest here. Will these have anything good? Blue Rupee, strike one. Bombs, strike two. Red Rupee, strike three. Gavaroni is out of there. And sorry, Lieutenant, I just saw your request.
One might say you struck out on that. Ha ha. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Thank you, Alistrato. At least someone is on my side here. Wait. I get it now. Dang it!
That actually was pretty good.
Gerudo Rooftop has the final slingshot upgrade. And And I want to say we got a hint that said 1500 horseback archery is nothing, so this should only be for the 1000. So here's hoping there's backup magic over here. And with that, Necro has taken out Twin Rova, has all 6 medallions, and is ready to lay siege to Ganon's castle. And nope, 1000 is a Deku Shield. And, well, what do you know? Completing Ice Cavern, giving us the Prelude of Light, we get to immediately warp over there. Have a bonus recovery heart, because why not?
And of course, that recovery heart was in place of our light arrows, which you would normally get from that cutscene. And Link is just double checking to make sure the bridge is actually solid before walking across it.
I mean, we don't want a bridge over troubled lava to break, so I get that. Anyway, in Ganon's castle, there are 6 trials that we need to take out, or we just go straight in because this is already a long enough game and we just want to hurry this up. We don't even need the big key. We just have to get through this enemy gauntlet, that's all. I still question Necro's decision to go through this gauntlet with just a heart and 3/4 here, though. Final room is the double knuckle room, and if we're not careful, we will become the filling of a knuckle sandwich.
Of course, Necro taking them out with no trouble at all.
And so yeah, that door that Necro just entered, that is normally where you need the boss key, but again, we have the ability to remove its necessariness. I know that's probably not a real word, but work with me here. And Necro being reminded of Azor's River, while Gavaroni is hoping that the Skull Kid has some magic. No, but has a bigger bomb bag. And yes, Lieutenant Shen's, you do get healed upon approaching Ganon. And with that, Necro is done with the first phase. As Gavaroni is hoping that Darunia may have the second magic, but no guarantee here. No, Darunia is rich! And did Hell Knight just do like some sort of stored jump slash to spin attack with the hammer to hit that switch? Anyway, the final battle here against Ganondorf. Just hit the tail a couple of times, and worst case, you could always use Deku Nuts. And, oh, there was a Bomb Baguette Spinning Pot. That was where the last one was. And, oh, if Chess Game has the second magic, that just makes this even ruder. But Necro can now breathe a sigh of relief. Ganon has been immobilized, and so all we have to do is just 4 actions with 1 button. We slice, we slice, we slice, and we stab.
And get your GGs in chat for Necro. Necro finishing first in this race.
With an official SRL time of 2:58:33. And Necro is already in Twitch chat to celebrate. Necro, if you could hear us, if you want to join us up here for an interview, we certainly wouldn't mind. And just so it's clear, everyone had the same randomization, so it just came down to how it was played, but perhaps our winner, Necro, can talk more about it. GG.
Hi guys, thank you.
So, what were some of your initial thoughts on this one?
Oh, it was very scary with Ruto's letter on Way of the Hero. I was very scared that maybe Strength 2 on Magic was in Jabu. But I tried to gamble it, and I just wanted to check Ice Cavern and Zora's Fountain because there is more check with Zora's Fountain plus Ice Cavern plus Zora. I thought that was more check than Jabu, but it was very lucky.
So, you made the right call in the end. Honestly,
and I saw that nobody found it. Wow.
So, here's what happened. Dylan and Gavaroni did find the silver gauntlets.
Oh, and they did Spirit Temple, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, makes sense.
And to make matters even worse, Gavaroni has not... Basically, Gavaroni failed to get the light arrows on the first attempt, from what I can tell, and hasn't gone back without realizing that that grotto had the light arrows.
Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah, considering that, you know, this was not an all dungeon seed, it had plenty of
Yeah.
trickery to it.
Yeah, very tricky. With just Rotozator on Way of the Hero, I was very scary because I wanted to have another item like Strength 2 or Magic in Sun Song in Like Alia check in Sun Like Alia check, sorry. And yeah, I found just Rotozator, and yeah, when I found it, I saw that I knew that it was very, very tricky because Strength 2 or Magic can be in Jabu Jabu or Ice Cavern or Zora's Fountain or King Zora. Overall, it's just lucky because I think Magic 2 is block with Magic 1, so maybe in Shadow Temple. So yeah, I think Magic 1 is on King Zora, and it will be very, very difficult for them to check King Zora now.
Well,
Yeah, but-
apparently Hell Knight is hoping for that.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, yeah, we were saying in chat, like, if magic is in shadow, and then chat was starting to say, well, magic can't
Yeah.
be magic locked, and yep.
Yeah, I think it's in Shadow. I thought maybe it was in GTG, but there is nothing, no. Gavaroni, check it.
Gaffaroni already went through GTG, and
Yeah.
there was nothing in there.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe it's it's I think it's Shadow or Saria's check maybe, or Gavanoi did it maybe.
Both Saria checks were covered during
Okay.
the intermeeting period. It is possible that magic was in Ganon's trials, but
Yeah. Skull
don't
Mask maybe. Did it check it?
Skull Mask was not checked yet.
So maybe Skull Mask, but yeah, that sucks. I think Magic 2 is in Shadow Temple or maybe Triage.
Oh yeah, some of chat's
But I think if it's 3 years, they can check it. So maybe Magic 2 can be it. It will be it can be Trace. But
Do you remember, Necro, how many Way of the Hero hints you saw for Market?
oh oh my god. No, really no. No.
I think
there
that
were at least 3 of them, if not 4.
3?
So
Oh.
I think that confirms that there were 2 ways of the hero at the market, and we already confirmed both of them would have been the hook shot and the bow.
Yeah. It's for that. Oh, so market was 2. Oh, that's why I didn't find the last Way of the Hero. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Okay. Okay. I wanted to find the last Way of the Hero, and I didn't check that market was 2 times in Way of the Hero, so with bow and hookshot. Oh, okay.
yeah, we were trying to figure that out for the longest time, and then we finally realized that Market had the 2 items. So
Yeah.
you're not the only one to make that mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, the general rule is if a Way of the Hero hint appears 3 or 4 times, then there are 2 items there. And if we ever get only one Way of the Hero repeated 7 or 8 times, then all 4 items are there, and you basically just have to go around the world and hope for the best.
Yeah. But yeah, I tried to find the last Way of the Hero with Gerudo. I didn't check Gerudo's value because I knew that it's barren. But maybe there was a last Way of the Hero in it. But unfortunately, no. And I get so mad. But now I understand why with 2 times with market with 2 times Way of the Hero. But that's too bad for them. I don't know when they will check King Zora. Oh my god. They're gonna do everything in this seed. That really suck.
Technically, it's not doing everything. It's just unfortunate that we're going to end up doing everything.
Yeah. Yeah, they can't do Shadow Temple, so maybe maybe they can do Skull Mask and just after King Zora. I don't know where I don't know how many check there are left for them. Do you know how many check left for them?
Unfortunately, I do not, because when I do, I do have a tracker up when all four of you
Okay.
run, but I just mark them as we get locations. I can't track each individual person. There's only so much I can do.
That's fine. Don't worry.
It looks like Dylan was the only other one to get light arrows so far. So he's just looking for his magic now. And he's in GGG, so who knows how long it's going to take him to get over to King Zora. Even.
Yeah, maybe. Did one of them did Cocos or not? I didn't check it. So maybe magic can be here.
Someone did on Juice Chickens, and I think we
Okay.
would have reacted.
Oh, okay.
Seriously, King Zora, why did you have to have magic?
Yeah, that's really bad.
But yeah, with this, you did officially get first place, and while I admit I don't know how many points you're gonna get out of this, this should help your standings as we continue on with the qualifiers.
Yeah. Yeah, I did the first race very very bad, so it will help me so much. So yeah.
Yeah. As long as you do at least 3 more races, then it should
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah, indeed. But yeah, it was very very lucky for this magic. I feel so bad for them. Oh my god. I still didn't find it. And nobody finished on SRR. Wow.
You are the only one that finished.
Yeah.
We did have someone have to leave early due to sleep, considering that this seed was not shaping up to be a
Yeah.
jet, and this was kind of proven right.
Yeah.
Still, a sub 3 is a very respectable time, so
Thanks.
GG's
Especially
on
with
that.
Thank you.
this.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have any final thoughts regarding this seed or this tournament or anything like that?
No. Good luck for them to find magic, and thank you for the stream, and thank you for the comment, and see ya for the next race.
Alright. Enjoy, Necro.
See ya, guys. Bye.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
And so we are down to 3. Well, in this case, Ferrari's Love, I don't know if that's really going to help here. Ice Cavern doesn't really offer that many spots to warp around, right?
What do you mean by ice cavern warping?
Dylan just got Ferrari's Wind. I was trying to think, is there ever a good use for that spell
Is it
there?
useful? Yeah, it's probably useful in the central room with the red ice there, because you do visit that like several times. But
And yes, Hannah, I know there's no magic. I was just asking if Aurore's wind by itself was useful for that purpose.
I think you could just as easily save reset too for ice. It's pretty short.
Alright, Gavaroni, it just picked up the Keaton mask.
Well, we may see a mask quest here on Gavaroni's side, it looks like. Especially if he's doing Nocturne.
And okay, Dylan is deciding to get some information from Ganon's castle, but... well... oh, wait a second, Dylan? Dylan is hoping the, final chest. So there is one final chest in Ganon's tower that many runners like to open. In this case, you know, it has multiple names. I am going to call it the Stalfos' Inevitable Conclusion. The two Stalfos are fighting over something, and we're going to find out what it is. And in the meantime, Hell Knight is trying to finish up Spirit. And oh, the inevitable conclusion was a Deku Shield. Not what we're hoping for, and so Dylan is going to explore the trials. If you were to go up to Ganon, you would only be told where the light arrows are. Dylan has them. They're not needed.
Of course, some of the trials do need magic, so he's not going to be able to full clear them.
I'll get the list now. So... we have access to Forest Trial, Water Trial, maybe Shadow Trial, and one random Chest and Light Trial.
Shadow Trail needs fire arrows. So...
I thought Longshot was enough. Also, Spirit Trial should be possible. Anyway, Water Trial has two chests here. First one, small key. And the second one... oh, that's adding insult to injury. Din's fire. We can confirm, I hope, that we don't need to enter Shadow Temple at this point.
In the meantime, Hell Knight's going to attempt to do Trunrova with only one heart.
And that boss key to Ganon's tower, we don't need it at all, but the game still has to place it somewhere. And so that's how you get over to this second Shadow Trial chest without the without a fire source. Just do that. And so, second chest in Shadow was where the Zora tunic was. That meant... yeah, fewer tunic requirements came in here. As far as logical checks go in the trials, we are down to... Spirit and Forest, while Gavaroni just proved that, Deku Theater's not worth it. Song in Ice Cavern was Prelude. which, honestly, the song didn't matter. Alright, Spirit Trial, first chest. Bomb Chews, vanilla at that!
And of course, Dylan's a little pissed.
I would be too. Second chest. The trading item!
Oh, wonderful. Just what he didn't want.
And I thought there was one more chest that Dylan had access to at the forest trial, but apparently giving it up. Hell Knight has just finished off Spirit Temple. I need confirmation if Water Temple is taken out.
I believe Hell Knight completed water quite some time ago. If I remember correctly.
I've lost track at this point. And Hell Knight is saving twice, it looks like, just to be absolutely sure that that part of the nightmare's over. And there we go. That was all medallions, if I saw correctly.
Yes, everybody's got their 6 medallions. But Magic is just trolling our runners to see.
I mean, not only Magic, but for Gavaronia and Hell Knight, the lack of light arrows.
Of course, they could have gotten those light arrows very early on. They were a Sphere 1. Actually, technically a Sphere 0 check.
I mean, if anything, I would have figured Hell Knight would have picked them up, but did I just not see them go to that grotto? I need an inventory check to confirm. But we may not get one until we approach the top here.
And Hell Knight looks like he's going to make the Ganon's Castle play too. And be disappointed.
Yeah, light arrows, for those that forgot, are in the Zora River Upper Grotto. And Dylan is back in Ice Cavern. Hell Knight is back in the Forest Trial. Or excuse me, that's Light Trial. Isn't it? Sorry, I was mixing up my runners here. No, maybe that was the Forest Trial.
Yeah, I had to refresh my stream.
Then, yeah, we can't even enter the Light Trial.
You need gold gauntlets to get to Light Trial.
That I forgot.
But there is like about 8 checks in there, so if you did get those gold gauntlets, they're pretty useful.
Dylan is now going through Ice Cavern. As long as they remember Blue Fire, they can get magic. Gavaroni, meanwhile, is, got Din's Fire, but needs to go to the other end. And likewise... And... Actually, that's a fair point, Asder. Hell Knight did get Blue Fire from Ganon's Castle. So that is true. Hell Knight may be the only one to not need to worry about Ice Cavern, which in this case is, Kinda interesting. And yeah, again, both both Hell Knight and Gavaroni have to find those light arrows, but there is only so much they can do. This seed proved to be difficult, and perhaps not for the traditional reasons for difficulty.
Hell Knight about to get his bomb juice. We'll have to see how he reacts.
And so is Gavaroni. Hell Knight takes it like a champ.
At least it makes up for the one he used to open the gate.
And so does Gavaroni. And so Hell Knight is going to venture all the way up, hopefully surviving just to at least learn about the light arrow location. However, hopefully that light arrow location will remind Hell Knight, maybe unfreeze King Zora as well? So, again, for those that don't recall, Ganon tells you where the light arrows are with this flag set. I don't remember if it's specifically Zero Trials or the boss key skip that enables that, but effectively, gain the knowledge, then leave. Then you have to find the magic as well, but, you know, one step at a time. But
Yeah, I think the flag that sets that is Zero Trial. So...
in all honesty, I would like the Zero Trial flag and the Ganon's Help flag to be separated into two different flags. I really feel like, function-wise, they should not be tied together like that, but that's just me. Ooh, both Gavaroni and Hell Knight low on health, but beautiful destruction of the Iron Knuckles. Near sync. Alright, moment of truth. Both of them went in at practically the same time. And now they are probably slapping their hands against their foreheads thinking, "Oh, I was there!" But Hell Knight knew to reset first. And now both are taking their various different ways over to Zora's River. Hell Knight hoping that Lost Woods is quick, Gavaroni hoping maybe warping to the Fire Temple, who knows?
And they both still need their magic. And to answer chat's question, there's a setting that you can set the number of trials in Ganon's castle. When it's set to 0, he tells you where the light arrows are.
And what do you know? It was near simultaneous in the end, though I think Gava has just a slight advantage, but remember, I think Hell Knight has the advantage with the blue fire.
And we haven't seen any of our runners buy blue fire this seed, which they have plenty of rupees. They could always do that.
Again, which shops have them? But it doesn't matter for Dylan. Just freed King Zora, and
he gets his magic, and Dylan is in go mode.
And Gavaroni just picked up the light arrows, and same with Hell Knight.
Yep, they're pretty close to each other right now.
However, I do believe Hell Knight had the foresight to bottle the blue fire, so this is going to be quick.
Yeah, Hell Knight with a slight advantage. And another Lake Hylia Way of the Hero hint, which we may have seen or not.
So while our runners are getting set up, I will quickly go over the schedule here. Alright, coming up next, we are going to try to get the Zelda 1 Randomizer weekly race immediately after this. We may not get to cover the end of this race for everyone, but we know roughly how this is going to go, I think. Dylan is likely going to finish second, and I'm suspecting, if Hell Knight did get the blue fire, yep, has it equipped, then that's probably going to be third, and Gava will be fourth. That's how I am suspecting it. Of course, Dylan has to deal with the Iron Knuckles, but, you know, Double Knuckles, we have the strategies for them. And there we go, Hell Knight is heading straight to Ganon's castle.
And who says Prelude doesn't come in handy? I'm not sure if safe warping or Prelude is faster in that circumstance.
Indeed, Asder, indeed. Foresight for blue fire, it is going to pay off here. But keep in mind, Prelude was earned by completing Ice Cavern, so there is that.
Of course, in retrospect, very rarely is blue fire required to beat a seed. So we got a real treat here today in seeing that it actually was required for once.
Alright, Ganon is down for Dylan. And now Hell Knight and Dylan are taking out two different forms of Ganon, while Gavaroni is just cursing the name of Ganon. So Dylan just has to be careful. Oh, Hell Knight has to climb up. Getting knocked down is never fun. And so Dylan Meeble is able to rest easy. This seed is done and over with. With 3 more slices and 1 more stab, Dylan Meeble has finished in second place with a time of 3:32:54. And as much as this battle with Ganon is for Hell Knight, we are kind of under a time limit, so we cannot broadcast the rest of this match most likely. So please, follow the runners, Dylan Meeble, Hell Knight 86, Gavaroni1, and Casey Necro. Don't forget my commentary partner, Masterling 2018, along with our trackers, Corito86 and Madewalk Herd. Up next, the Zelda 1 Randomizer Weekly Race. Actually, yep, it is the weekly race. We will be practicing tournament flags for the upcoming tournament. We don't have a bot link for that right now, but I'm sure the commentators will talk more about that shortly. For now, for everyone here, this is Wolfman2000. Have a good night and look forward to Zelda 1 Rando.
And this is Master Link. I would like to thank all of our runners, my co-commentator Wolfman, our trackers, and Twitch chat for helping us out. Thank you, everyone. This is Master Link signing off, saying have a great night.